So I got a couple packages today. Oh, I like getting packages. So the thing about the stock electrical system and battery on a Pioneer 1000 is it's good for pretty much just that, just the stock machine. You add any accessories to it, you're going to drain the system. Now you may have heard about some of the clutch issues that people's having with the 1000s. Well, from my research and from what people are saying, a lot of that comes from just running accessories at the same time you're driving. Like even if you're just trying to winch out of a mud hole, but you got it on the gas, you're trying to shift through the gears to help, because the transmission on the Pioneer 1000 is electrically controlled. Well, there's too much strain on the electrical system. The clutch and the transmission is not getting the power it should, so that's causing it to slip, and that's what's causing a lot of your clutch and transmissions failures on the Pioneer 1000. So I want to make sure to address this issue before I have any transmission issues. So I put in an order on good old Amazon, and I got a couple things to help remedy that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add a second battery. And then to hook the battery up, I got a true dual battery connection kit. Now this has everything that you need to wire up a second battery, and then I can run all my accessories, my winch, any lights I put on, whatever it be, off of this. Now this kit comes with the wire you need for your ground and battery connections, and the important thing that you must run when doing like a dual battery kit is the battery isolator. And of course it comes with connectors and stuff. So I'm going to take that battery down, get it on the charger, make sure it's fully charged before I install it, and we'll put this kit in while it does. So here's what we have under the hood. Now here is our main battery all hooked up. This here is a solenoid for my winch, KFI Stealth winch. This here is the first part of the two-stage air filter system on this bad boy. And then if you notice right back here, this big gaping hole, there's a big old pocket. Well, that pocket just so happens to be the perfect size for that battery we just got. It's almost like Honda designed this to put a second battery up to it. Which is a good thing, because hardly anyone doesn't run accessories anymore. Between lights, sound systems, you need a lot of power to run that stuff. So it's always good to have a second battery. And hopefully it'll be a nice, smooth, easy sailing job, because that's what we like. But if not, doesn't matter. We'll still make it work. Let's see how the battery fits. Get my winch wires out of the way. That guy just fits like a glove in there. One thing you do notice though is the battery terminals. They're kind of stuck down in here where it's going to be hard to get at. But I do have a solution for that as well. But it's a, let me see here, Odyssey L terminal adapter. And what this will do is get my battery terminals up there where I can access them easy and make hooking stuff up to them easy as a breeze. One thing I gotta do is find a spot to mount this well it can reach everything. And I'm thinking right here on this. Now this guy though, well, gotta be able to open this to access my pre-filter. That's not gonna work. If I turn it this way, that'll work. I can get in there good enough. So I think that's where she's gonna go. Plus the Pioneer 1000 already comes with a factory installed ground wire. That's what this is right here, that runs to the solenoid for my winch. So I can run my ground wire from this guy just straight to here, and we should be good to go. Oh. And of course I drop one right off the bat, right in the dirt. Found it! So far, I have been really impressed with this Pioneer 1005. The reason we got one of these is because the little 500, little Mighty Mouse, just wasn't quite big enough for the whole family. The kids were getting bigger. It was getting harder to fit them all across the bench seat and to do it safely, and that's the thing. With this thing, it's a designated 5-seater with seat belts for everyone, so everyone can stay safe as we ride. I will say for wooded trails, because this is a 1000 and it's a torque monster, it does get a little tricky to navigate slow technical terrain and slow wooded trails. The gas pedal is a little bit touchy. and you'll get to where you go as you're trying to slowly navigate. Alright, I didn't like the way this was working out as far as where the wires had to be run and not having enough length in the wires anyway, so I changed a few things. The main thing I did was take the winch solenoid, which was right here, and I moved it back here. Alright, now that I got this organized a little better, now we can finally go ahead and hook everything up. So the first thing I'm going to do is hook up my grounds. So I'll take neutral from the battery and it'll go to a common ground here, as well as my wire, and then the ground wire that comes factory on the 2017 and up Pioneer 1000s. Now, if you have a 2016 Pioneer 1000, I don't believe this is pre-installed on them, but on 2017 models, and I assume the higher models, then you do have this common ground wire already installed, ready to go. Power wire for my winch, which will run to the second battery. We have two red wires here. One runs from each positive terminal of the battery to the isolator here. Alright, so we've gotten everything buttoned up here now with this dual battery kit. As you can see, I did move the isolator from here down to here. Now that I moved the winch solenoid back here, that made lots of room here, so now I can get at my first stage filter without anything in the way. Again, you have your auxiliary battery, which fits perfectly in this little hole. If you're wondering, the battery I got was an Odyssey Extreme Series PC 925. Now this is a dry cell battery, so you never have to worry about spilling anything in rough terrain. You can mount it however you want, so that's why I went with it. Now for your isolator, again, just two wires run to it, power from your main battery, and then power from the auxiliary battery. Of course, you have a ground wire to that too. I also ran up to the common ground that runs to the winch solenoid, so that's all installed. Again, nice, clean, easy install. Something that pretty much anyone could do in their own driveway. It required a Phillips head 12mm socket and a 10mm socket, and that was pretty much it. You will need some kind of wire crimpers if you want to use a little end they supply for the ground wire, but if you have a good pair of pliers, you can probably get by with that as well. So, alright, I am quickly losing my light here, so I'm going to let you go for today. Do you own a Pioneer 1000 or 1005 and run a dual battery setup? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have any kind of side-by-side and run a dual battery setup similar to this? Let me know in the comments as well for that. And make sure you stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because coming up on the next episode, I will have a full 1-year review of that guy up there, a little Mighty Mouse, a Pioneer 500. Again, thanks for joining me on this dual battery installation. Until next time, keep on riding.